Namaste. Today we are going to learn story writing. You know story, don't you? You have learned, you have heard stories from your childhood. At home, you might have heard your stories from your family members, from your parents or grandparents, or from your neighbors as well. At school, you might have heard stories from your teachers, or sometimes from your friends. And also, you get chance to read stories in your book. So, today we are going to learn about story writing. Okay, dear students, our topic today is writing stories. Alright, so first of all, for writing stories, I am going to show you something that is very important. The clues before writing stories are very important for you. Okay, so for story writing, first let's look there. First, title is very important. When we write a story, the title is very important for us. Okay, every story has a title. Alright, then immediately after the title we start. Right, there are different ways of starting. When we write a fable or legend or moral story, especially we are talking about moral stories. When we start writing moral stories, there are certain rules. We should follow these rules to make story writing perfect and complete. Okay, so let's see. We can start story writing with once upon a time. Can you see well? Okay. Next, once there lived a. When we write a story, we use these terms: long ago, or many years ago, or long time ago. These are the terms. Okay, let me repeat again. When we write a story, at that time we start with the certain words or phrases or certain terms, right? Once upon a time, once there lived a, long ago, many years ago, long time ago. This is the beginning of the story, right? Especially moral stories. We begin moral stories. There may be human characters, animal characters, or bird characters, or different type of characters, right? And the one very important thing is that tense is past tense. We always write stories in past tense, right? And next is we use inverted comma for direct speech. For example, in the story of a thirsty crow, when crow says, "I am thirsty, I want to find some water," at that time, when the speaker gives the direct speech, expresses real feelings or real sentences there, at that time we use inverted comma. Otherwise, stories are normally written in indirect speech. Okay, for example, there was a crow, you was thirsty, right? We continue the story that way. Okay, and next is different paragraphs for separate events. There may be separate events, not the same event in the story. There may be different events, and it's better to change the paragraphs or to use different paragraphs for different events. Alright, here, and finally we write the moral. On completion of the story, at last we give the moral, because normally stories give moral lessons, so they are called moral stories. Okay, dear students, after this we are going to write a story. In your book also you find stories, and also in your exercise also you find some stories. Okay, we are going to start story writing. So let's start. Here you see, prepare a story with the help of given clues. Right? Now we have got the clues, and with the help of the clues or guidelines or outlines, we are going to write a story. We are going to complete, or we are going to prepare a story. Okay. So when we complete the story, at that time, as I mentioned earlier, we need title and morals, right? So let's read the guidelines given here, or outlines. A thirsty crow, water in a pitcher, water low, picks up stones and drops into pitcher, water come up, drinks water, and moral. Finally, we have to write moral. And it shows that this is the story related to a thirsty crow. So, for the title of the story, we can give a thirsty crow. Okay, we can give the title A Thirsty Crow. Alright? So, a thirsty crow, water in a pitcher. Right? We extend it. We are going to make it complete. We start the story with once upon a time, long, long ago, like that. Okay? So, once upon a time, there was a crow, right? Once upon a time, there was a crow. What happened to the crow? The crow was thirsty. Okay? So, one day, he was very thirsty. And when the crow was thirsty, and what happened? The crow wanted to get some water, wanted to find some water, right? We can give he to the animal character sometimes, right? He or she sometimes in the story, right? So, he searched for water in many places. Okay? When the crow searched for water, what happened then? He saw some water in a pitcher. Then the crow saw a pitcher with some water. And what happened there? Was it possible for the crow to drink water? No. The water was very low. Okay? The water level was very low. So there was a problem for the crow. The crow could not drink the water. Then he had an idea. The crow had an idea because the crow was very clever. Okay? The crow was clever. Then what did he do? How can we say that the crow was clever? He collected some stones, right, or pebbles. Okay? He collected some stones, and what did the crow do? The crow dropped them into the pitcher. Okay? dropped them into the pitcher. Then when the crow dropped the stones into the pitcher, what happened? The water level came up, right? Then the water level came up. Okay. Then what happened? The crow was able to drink water, right? Finally, the crow was able to drink the water from the pitcher. That means from the pot. Okay. And when we write a story, finally we should find the moral lesson given by the story, right? What can be the moral lesson? Can you guess? What is it? We have got bird as the major character, okay, and the bird had the idea, special trick, all right, and he had a problem. In the beginning, the bird had a problem because the bird was thirsty. There was no water. The bird wanted to drink water, and nobody helped the bird to drink water. But because of self-trick, self-idea, the bird was able to drink water. So we can guess, where there is a will, there is a way. So the moral of the story can be, where there is will, will is desire, okay, and we have some desires because the bird had desire at that time, desire to drink some water, okay, and where there is a will, there is a way, okay. The moral of the story is, where there is a will, there is a way, okay. Once more, I would like to repeat the story, okay. So, a thirsty crow, it is the title, okay, or the topic of the story, okay. The title of the story you can find. Once upon a time, we started, okay, sometimes ago I told you that we can use once upon a time, many years ago, a long time ago, right? So we use different phrases, okay, to start the moral story. So you see, once upon a time there was a crow. One day he was very thirsty, right? What was the problem? He was very thirsty and he searched for water in many places, okay. The crow saw a pitcher with some water. Luckily, right, the crow saw the pitcher with some water. But the level of water, you see, the water level was very low. But the level of water, or the water level was very low. And could the crow drink water? No, it was not possible. The crow was clever because he could not reach there, right? The crow could not reach there. The crow was very clever, and he collected some stones and dropped them into the pitcher. He collected some stones and dropped the stones into the pitcher. That means pot, okay. And what happened? Then the water level came up. It rose, right? The water level started to rise up. Finally, the crow was able to drink the water from the pitcher. He had such a good idea, trick, okay. And the moral of the story is, where there is a will, there is a way. right? When we have desire to do something, we have will or desire to do something, or interest to do something, and what can we do? We can complete that, or we can achieve that, we receive that. Okay. Thank you very much. And after this, we are going to start the next story. Okay, after some time. Dear students, you learned one story. It had bird character. Okay. Now we are going to write the second story. And first, let's look at the outlines. Okay, number 2. A farmer with several sons. Sons always quarrel. Farmer sad. Okay, when we look at the outlines or the clues, okay, we see here farmer, his several sons. Sons always quarrel means they always fight. They are not friendly to each other, right? And falls ill means the farmer falls ill, he becomes sick, and taken to hospital. Where is the farmer taken? The farmer is taken to hospital at that time. Dying. What happened to the farmer? He was dying. Okay? He was at the point of death. He was seriously ill. That means calls his sons and gives a bundle of sticks. Then while he was dying, he called his sons and he gave a bundle of sticks. Right? Bundle of sticks. Then all the sons tried one by one, right? Whole bundle. They tried to break the sticks, right? But they could not break. Right? You see here. Untie bundle. Then he untied the bundle means he took out the sticks one by one out of the bundles. He untied. Okay? And what happened? He gives separately to his sons. He gives sticks, each stick separately to his sons. And they easily break. Okay? And they easily break each stick. When they found a single stick, the sons were able to break the stick. And the moral. Okay. So what can be the title? Let's guess. A white farmer. Right? Farmer is white. A white farmer. Or you can write like a farmer and his stupid sons. Right? We can give the title that should match the story. Alright? So once upon a time or many years ago, you can write many years ago there was a farmer we are going to complete the story, right? So the farmer had several sons. So he had several sons. The farmer had several sons, and what happened? They used to quarrel all the time, right? They had not good habit, they had bad habit. They used to quarrel all the time. Okay, they used to quarrel all the time. The farmer's sons were not friendly to each other. They were not helpful to each other. They could not stay peacefully. All the time they used to quarrel. Okay, and what happened? The farmer was sad. Then the farmer was sad. Okay, with the son's activities, son's behavior, right? The farmer was sad. One day, what happened? He fell ill. one day, he means the farmer, right? He fell, the farmer fell ill. And what happened? He was taken to hospital. The farmer was taken to hospital and he was taken to hospital. Alright? He was taken to hospital. While he was dying, and he was at the point of death. When he was sick and taken to hospital, he was at the point of death. Well, he was dying. He called his sons. He called his sons. Okay? The farmer called his sons. And what did he do? He gave a bundle of sticks, right, to break. He gave them a bundle of sticks and asked them to break. Okay, can you guess, was it possible to break a bundle of sticks together? No, it was not possible, right? The sons could not break the bundle, right? The sons tried their best, but could not break the bundle of sticks. It was not possible. Normally, when we try to break the bundle of sticks, it's not possible. Then what happened? Untied bundle. Then he untied the bundle. That means he gave the sticks separately, not together, right? Then he means the farmer. He untied the bundle and asked them to break the sticks. Separately. This time, what happened? Can you guess? They were able to break the stick easily, right? All of them broke the sticks separately. That means easily they did that. E-A-S-I-L-Y, easily. All of them, all the sons, they broke the sticks separately. That means they could do that job. It was very easy job for them. And what lesson do we learn from this story? Now we have come to the end of the lesson. The lesson is united we stand, divided we fall. Unity is strength, right? So the moral lesson of the story is, united we stand, right? But divided divided, we fall. Or you can write the moral in different way, like unity is strength or union is strength. You can write that way, right? Let me repeat the story once more. Here, a wise farmer is a suitable title, or it can be an appropriate title for the story. Here, the story begins like this. Many years ago, there was a farmer. He had several sons. They used to quarrel all the time. Then the farmer was sad. One day, he fell ill and he was taken to hospital. While he was dying, he called his sons. He gave them a bundle of sticks and asked them to break, right, the bundle of sticks together, right. The sons tried their best but could not break the bundle of sticks, right. It was not possible for them. Then he untied the bundle. That means he untied, right, and gave the sticks separately, right, and asked them to break the sticks separately. All of them broke the sticks easily. So it shows that the moral lesson we get from the story is: united we stand, divided we fall, right? That one is that. So when the sticks were divided, then they were able to break the stick. So by now you have already learned to write two different stories. Okay, I hope you have got general idea about writing a moral story, right? This much for today. See you in the next class. Okay, till then, bye bye.